NLWN-TV now brings you the In the Dugout show. A look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, join us in the dugout.
Good evening and welcome to today's edition of In the Dugout. Rick Olson here in the NLWN-TV studios, and we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the 1 and 2 Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Plum City Blues. Tonight's game is the real home opener for the Cavaliers, as tonight they're playing in the friendly confines of Carson Park. Carson Park was booked last Sunday, even though the Cavaliers were the home team against the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. That game had to be played in Altoona at Cinder City Park. Now, coming up in this edition of In the Dugout, we'll take a look at today's matchup between the Cavs and the Blues. Then we'll get Cavalier manager Pete Barton Gale's perspective on today's game in the Pete Barton Gale Show. Following that, we'll take a quick look around the Chippewa River Baseball League, because even though tonight's game is not a league game, it's still a good idea to keep track of what's going on in the league. So we'll take a moment to get to know one of this season's Cavalier players in Cavalier Profile. Then finally, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of today's game from Carson Park in Eau Claire. So it's time to get ready for some baseball action, and we'll do just that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. In a few minutes, the Eau Claire Cavaliers will take on the Plum City Blues from Carson Park. This is the first real home game for the Cavaliers, as last week's game needed to be played in Altoona due to a scheduling conflict. Speaking of last week's game, last Sunday, the Cavaliers struggled to get the bats going as they dropped a game to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks by a score of 7-3. In that game, the Cavaliers struggled with the pitching of Lumberjack pitcher Isaiah Katz, who went 6 innings, striking out 11 Cavaliers and only giving up 1 run. Cavalier newcomer Caden Erickson was the lone Cavalier to have a multiple hit game, and he went 2 for 3, including a solid hit to right in his very first trip to the plate.
And Erickson laces one out into right field for a base hit. Rounds the corner. That's the way you start your Cavalier career, Caden Erickson.
Yeah, good hit.
Erickson was also one of the Cavaliers that were able to cross the plate with a run. He was joined by Connor O'Reilly and Tucker Spraja. Now, on the mound, the Cavaliers were led by the effective pitching of starter Ethan Kjellberg. Now, although he was credited with the loss, Kjellberg went 5 innings, giving up 2 earned runs, allowing only 3 hits and striking out 6, while walking only 3. Today, the Cavaliers take on the Plum City Blues. The Blues are led by longtime veteran Tony Garner. Garner is a 5th grade teacher and baseball coach at Pepin Alma School District and has been playing town ball for around 35 years. He was recently interviewed by Bob Burrows, who is the sports editor for the Hudson Star-Observer. Garner was asked what he loved most about town ball, and he replied, "Just the competitiveness and being around the guys. It kind of makes me feel a little bit younger, except for the 2 days after pitching." He was also asked, as one of the most senior players at this level, when he might retire from playing baseball. And he said, "Oh, that's a good question. Each year I say it's going to be my last. I said my cleats are all worn out, so I either have to retire or buy new ones. That's when the guys started throwing money at me in the dugout. So I think I'll try it again next year, and we'll see how it goes." Again, those were from an interview of Plum City Blues player Tony Garner by Bob Burrows of the Hudson Star-Observer. Now, leading the way at the plate for the 1 and 2 Cavaliers is Erickson, who, although it's a short sample size, is hitting at a 6.67 clip. He's followed by two returning veterans, Cole Timon and Ethan Kjellberg, who are each batting .400. Josh Garcia and Austin Getch round out the Cavaliers, who are hitting over .300, with each coming in at .333. Still leading the way on the mound for the Cavs is Lucas Costley. Costley has a 1-0 record with a 0.00 ERA. He has a whip, which is walks and hits per innings pitched, of 1.07. Kjellberg has the second highest number of innings pitched for the Cavaliers and checks in with an ERA of 3.60. Now, coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get manager Pete Barton Gale's perspective as we chat with him on the Pete Barton Gale Show. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Most of the military folks I know, I think we've all lost fellow service members to suicide, and female veterans die by suicide more often than female non-veterans. Store your guns securely. Help stop suicide. Service never stops.
Time now for the Pete Barton Gale Show, where Cavalier manager Pete Barton Gale gives us his perspective on today's game. And now, the Pete Barton Gale Show.
Once again today we're talking with Cavalier manager Pete Barton Gale. And Pete, before we get into today's matchup, as usual, let's take a look back at last Sunday's game where the Cavaliers seemed to have difficulty getting the bats going in their 7-3 loss to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. Your comments about that game?
Yeah, like I said after the game, Isaiah Katz pitched a really great game. There's a reason he's pitching Division II at St. Cloud State. I was able to coach him in travel baseball about 3-4 years ago, and you knew then he was going to be tough, and he was tough on Sunday. But the message to our players was that we need to start hitting the ball better, and we need to start just putting the ball in play a little bit. So we just look a little rusty and a little unsure up there right now. Well,
I know, as you just said, one of your priorities is finding a way to get the bats fired up. Now, short of hats for bats and sacrificing a bucket of KFC like Serrano did in the movie Major League, what can the Cavs do to try to turn things around?
Well, as I told the guys after the game, I mean, just because the game's over doesn't mean it means you have to continue working on it, and doesn't mean that on a Monday night you can go hit on your own. And so we didn't practice on Tuesday, but the guys were sent a message to just kind of start hitting and working out a little bit more on their own, and we need to start doing that. But most of these guys are college players, so they've been hitting really since probably January. So again, I think we've seen some tough pitching or some pitchers that have kept us off guard early in the season, but I'm hoping we play better tonight.
Now, the pitching on the Cavalier side of the ball has been actually pretty respectable, with Lucas Costley running a 0.00 ERA so far, and Ethan Kjellberg coming in on Sunday and starting and getting 5 quality innings. He only gave up 2 earned runs. Your comments about the pitching so far?
Yeah, I thought Ethan pitched really well. I mean, I thought he got some bad breaks there during the game. They had that one big hit that Connor misplayed there in right field, which happens. It was a line drive hit right at him, and I've been there where you're thinking it's coming right at you, and then all of a sudden it's right over your head. So, but Ethan pitched really well. I thought he kept Chippewa off guard, and Costley's pitched amazing for us. I think people might wonder why we took him out there early. He was saying he was having some soreness in his elbow, so I didn't want to jeopardize any type of future he may have. So. And so we went to Reese there, but I think the pitching has been fine. I think you've hit the nail on the head. We just need to start hitting the ball a little better.
Yeah. Okay. In fact, you were talking about Ethan keeping people off balance. One of the things we noted during the game, especially in the early innings, their right-handed hitters, Chippewa's right-handed hitters, seem to be fouling the ball off over the right side out of play which means they're not catching up to his pitch.
No. I thought his velocity was good. I think the message I think I'll have to a lot of these guys, again, I'm getting to know them a little better. If we can find a third pitch, which would be a straight changeup, because the more pitches a hitter has to think about, the more we can keep them off guard. So we'll work with that with Ethan, Lucas as well, and as other pitchers start to come in here and trickle in as the college year ends. We'll work on that with all our pitchers, but 3 pitches is better than 2 for sure. So, but Ethan really pitched well. It wasn't not really a surprise to me. I knew he was pitching well at Stout, and Costley's been pitching amazing all year. So, again, if we can find that third pitch with all our guys, that's going to be kind of the message this summer.
Now, in just a few minutes, the Cavaliers are going to have their first real home game. It'll be at Carson Park against the Plum City Blues. Now, in this game, you're looking to get a few more of your college players back. Can you fill us in on who you're expecting to show up to help out tonight?
Yeah, Ryan Vinny will be back tonight. He's going to play. He's going to DH for us. He does have some arm soreness. But we get both Kapanke brothers back, Cooper from Winona State and Campbell from Oshkosh, so they'll be in the lineup tonight. So kind of a little different lineup, but hopefully we can generate some more runs and put some more numbers on the board. So we just need to get more runners to second base. And I told the guys I'm a little bit more of a small ball type of coach, so we need to be able to get our bunts down and put pressure on infielders. And that's probably a little something different that you'll see from me. But 1, 2, and 9 hitters are going to be expected to drag bunt and put pressure on corner infielders, and that always keeps infielders off guard.
One of the things I noticed, and I don't know if it's not being taught anymore, baseball has turned into a power ball kind of game, and I'm with you. I kind of like the small ball because it's a thinking man's game, and it keeps you much more involved in the game. But I noticed that there were a couple times in the game against Chippewa where the Cavalier runners, we had runners at first and second with 2 outs and a full count to the batter at the plate. That's generally known as traveling time, and you're off on the pitch, and our guys weren't taking off.
Well, I didn't see that, or they must have got a late start because they should have been going. But we're going through a kind of a youth movement and some growing pains a little bit, and those are things we'll work on. But yeah, you're right; they should be moving in that pitch. But in that game, we didn't get a couple bunts down either. We had a couple guys pull the bat. We had a couple guys pull the back on strikes, and we just can't be doing that. One thing I've noticed in the CRBL, the third basemen are actually behind third base a little bit, so that if we can get some nice bunts down, I think they're base hits.
Yeah. Okay, any changes in the lineup tonight as far as position players?
Well, like I said, both Kapankes will be playing tonight. Vinny will DH. I'm not sure who's going to start right now. We're still discussing that, but Costley's a candidate. Xavier Bemister pitched quite a bit for Hamlin. He's a candidate, and Jackson Faulkner, who's on rehab a little bit with lacrosse a little bit, he's actually a candidate to pitch tonight. And we also have Bryson Gash, who pitched for Eau Claire, who also could pitch tonight. He's going to be here, so still in discussion, but we certainly have some options.
Well, Pete, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Cavaliers can get back on that winning track.
All right, thanks, Rick.
You've been tuned to the Pete Barton Gale Show with Cavalier manager Pete Barton Gale's outlook on today's game. Stay tuned, more of In the Dugout is coming right up on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you love them enough to suck the snot out of their nose at 4 a.m., then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Welcome back to In the Dugout as we're getting ready to bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Plum City Blues. Even though today's game is not a league game in the CRBL, it's still a good idea to keep track of what's happening around the Chippewa River Baseball League. Now, last week saw plenty of action, and what's typical for early in the season, plenty of movement in the CRBL standings. Now, a week ago saw the Eau Claire Bears defeat the Cadott Red Sox 8-4. Then most of the action was on Sunday the 15th. Things must be pretty clean in the CRBL as the Brooms were out with 3 doubleheader sweeps. The Osseo Merchants swept a pair from the Bloomer Woodticks by scores of 3-1 and 7-0. Then the Jim Falls Sturgeons swept a doubleheader from the Beef River Bullfrogs 13-3 and 4-3, while the Tilden Tigers also took 2 from the Cadott Red Sox 11-2 and 13-1. While all that sweeping was busy kicking up the dust in the standings, the Eau Claire Rivermen took care of the Eau Claire Bears 4-3, and the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks defeated the Cavaliers 7-3. Now, coming into this weekend, the Chippewa River League standings are as follows. The Jim Falls Sturgeons sit on top of the league with a 4-0 record. They're followed by the Tilden Tigers and the Osseo Merchants, 1 game out, with identical 2-0 records. The Eau Claire Bears are in 4th place, also 1 game out, with a 3-1 record. The Eau Claire Rivermen are a game and a half back in 5th place at 2-1. They're followed in 6th place at 1-1 by the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks, who are 2.5 games out. Also 2.5 games out and tied for 7th place are the 1-2 Bloomer Woodticks and the Eau Claire Cavaliers. Tied for 9th place at 0-4 are the Beef River Bullfrogs and the Cadott Red Sox. Tonight, in addition to the Cavalier non-league game versus the Plum City Blues, there is a CRBL game slated for tonight. We find the Osseo Merchants traveling to Strum to take on the Beef River Bullfrogs. Coming up this weekend, there are matchups on Saturday and on Sunday. On Saturday, the Tilden Tigers travel to Jim Falls to take on the Sturgeons in a single game, while the Cadott Red Sox host the Eau Claire Rivermen in a single game. On Sunday, the Beef River Bullfrogs travel to Cadott for a single game tilt with the Cadott Red Sox. The Cavaliers take on the Eau Claire Bears in a doubleheader from Carson Park. Meanwhile, the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks face off against the Tilden Tigers in a single game at Casper Park, and the Jim Falls Sturgeons travel to Bloomer to take on the Woodticks. Now, coming up following this timeout, we'll get to know one of this season's Cavalier players on Cavalier Profile. You're tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Honey, the kids are antsy. What can we do that will keep all of us entertained and won't break the bank?
How about we take them to the Cavaliers game? Tickets are inexpensive. There's popcorn, hot dogs, and other baseball treats, and great baseball action.
That's right, Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball, your best choice for affordable family entertainment. Check out the schedule at www.eauclaircavaliers.org.
Time now to get to know a Cavalier player on Cavalier Profile. We'll get to know a little better who plays on this year's Eau Claire Cavalier baseball team. And now, Cavalier Profile.
How'd that season go? Yeah, is with the Cavaliers. And wow, that's pretty good. Pretty good plan right there. So, when did you start playing baseball?
4 or 5. Started right at T-ball, and have played ever since.
It's kind of hard to put down once you start, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's fun.
So, aside from the Cavaliers, would then St. Mary's be the highest level you've played?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. How would you compare playing at the collegiate level with playing summer ball with the Cavaliers? Okay. All right. Can you fill us in on your most memorable experience and that for baseball, either either as a player or as something you might have seen from the stands?
Most memorable moment would be winning state in my junior year of high school.
That was with?
Eau Claire North.
Okay. And how about your family and those people that are cheering for you at Cavs games?
Yeah, my mom and dad are here. They'll come down from the cabin to watch me play. My grandma, who turned 81 yesterday, she comes out for games sometimes.
Okay. A few rapid-fire questions for you. Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Cookies.
Which kind?
Chocolate chip.
Oh, the good old standby.
Yep.
You can't go wrong with good chocolate chip. All right. Store-bought or homemade?
Homemade, definitely.
Yeah, nuts or no nuts?
Nuts.
Okay. Yep. This guy likes the good cookies. All right. Your favorite color and why?
Green. I don't know. It's nature. It's just a nice color to look at.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Probably super strength, so I can hit the ball real far.
Pretty good plan there. All right. If you have a superpower like super strength, you have to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Jackson's superhero name?
The Magnificent Jacks.
Okay, Magnificent Jacks. All right, we'll go with that. Your favorite major league team as you were growing up?
Twins.
All right. And was there a particular player that inspired you or that you kind of patterned your play after?
I really like Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau growing up, obviously being a Twins fan.
The M&M boys.
Yep.
Okay. All right. We're talking with Jackson Vance here on Cavalier Profile. And Jackson, when you're not playing baseball, what are we going to find you doing?
I guess I'll be disc golfing, out on the lake, working out. That's usually it, or working.
Okay, all right. And so when people come to watch Cavalier games and they want to find that Jackson Vance character, what number should they be looking for and where on the field should they be looking?
5, middle infielder, really anywhere, I guess.
Okay, we want to thank Jackson Vance for joining us today on Cavalier Profile. Coming up next, more In the Dugout.
This has been Cavalier Profile, where we get to know a little better who plays on the Cavalier baseball team. Stay tuned, more In the Dugout coming right up.
It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Welcome back to In the Dugout. Today, the Cavaliers look to erase the memory of their loss last Sunday to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks and get back on the winning track against the Plum City Blues. The Cavaliers will need to get the bats rolling similar to the way they hit back when they played the Beef River Bullfrogs. Now, they also need to continue with the fairly steady pitching they've demonstrated thus far this season. The Blues are looking to get some quality games in and possibly be a thorn in the side of the Cavaliers. We'll see if this young Cavalier team can keep them from having that happen. Now, in just a moment, I'll be joining my colleague Den Petchow at Carson Park as we bring you all the action of today's game between the Eau Claire Cavaliers and the Plum City Blues. That's coming up next. You've been tuned to In the Dugout on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching the In the Dugout show with a look at today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a presentation of NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is live Eau Claire Cavalier baseball.
Stand is precise, no margin for error.
Dare to forget that. Dare to have fun with it. Get weird with it. Dare to load their minds. Dare to explore. Dare to STEM. Learn more at She Can STEM.
Eau Claire Cavalier baseball is on the air. The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly brings you today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. Join us as we follow the Cavs while they battle their way through the Chippewa River Baseball League.
Long fly ball by Pogo, and it's out of here! A 3-run shot by Anthony Pogodzinski.
And now, out to the ballpark for coverage of today's game.
And good evening and welcome to Carson Park. Rick Olson here along with Dan Petschow, Ann Monroe on the computer, and Cassie Johnson on the camera. And we're getting ready to bring you some Cavalier baseball once they get the tarp off the field. And that should be happening pretty soon. Cavaliers have a couple of new faces arriving, and the umpires are making their way out, but they still have the tarp on the pitcher's mound. New faces for the Cavs today, just arriving from college, Ryan Vinny from UW-Eau Claire. We also have Cooper Kapanke from Winona State, as well as Campbell Kapanke from UW-Oshkosh. And so they will be welcome faces. And umpires are meeting with Pete Barton Gale down at home plate. And the Blues getting some information to Cavalier president Nicole Brannigan. There's a few Cavalier players going out to pull the tarp off. See what kind of a grounds crew they make here. Out there for the Cavs is Chase Yeager with his back to us. And let's see, we've also got Tucker Spraja. And let's see, I think that's Caden Erickson down there. Yeah, that was Caden Erickson. And also we have Ryan Vinny and Austin Getch down there. As they're getting it folded up, they'll put it on the dolly and haul it off the field. And we'll be just about ready to get things going. So we'll take a brief timeout. When we come back, Dan will give us the starting lineups on tonight's game. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Cavaliers getting ready to take on the Plum City Blues. The Blues are 2-2 on the season. Cavaliers are 1-2. And so, Dan, why don't you tell us who's going to play in tonight's game?
Yeah, here's the starters for the Plum City Blues. They're going to go with, batting first will be center field, Noah Gansluckner. Batting second will be their shortstop, Lance Johnson. Batting third will be third baseman Caleb Watkins. Batting fourth will be their catcher, Tret Joels. Batting fifth will be their DH, Mitch Thomas. Batting sixth will be their second baseman, Tyler Bauer. Batting seventh will be their first baseman, Mark Bauer. Batting eighth will be their left fieldman, Eli Ganslockner. Batting ninth will be the right fielder, Tyler Kilbottom. And pitching for the Blues will be number 6, Tyler Niebuhr. For the Cavaliers, leading off will be their second baseman, Caden Erickson. Batting second will be their center fielder, Xavier Bedminster. Batting third will be their DH, Ryan Vinny. Batting fourth will be their third baseman, Cooper Kapanke. Batting fifth will be their first baseman, Anthony Pogodzinski. Batting sixth will be their catcher, Cole Timon. Batting seventh will be their left fielder, Connor O'Reilly. Batting eighth will be their shortstop, Jackson Vance. And batting ninth will be their right fielder, Josh Garcia.
Okay, that's the starting lineups. They're still meeting down at home plate, and I think what they're waiting for is Steve Kent to get things going on both the scoreboard. It looks like he does have it turned on, although he's got to change the teams because he's got the Raiders and the Huskies up there from the previous game that was played here at Carson Park. I'm not sure exactly how far back it was, but he's got to get the team straight, and then he's got to get his microphone set up, and then we'll be ready to roll here. We're running, well, actually, according to my clock, we're still a hair ahead of time. And so we'll see if he gets it going. In fact, I'll tell you what, while he's doing that, let's take another brief time out. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Jason, let's go see your room.
That's not right. How was it? Is it good?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you!
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
And we're back here at Carson Park, still waiting to get things going. It looks like we're just about set. I know that Steve Kent, the public address announcer / scoreboard operator and jack of all trades, is just about set over in the other booth. Want to mention Cavs on the mound they're throwing Austin Getch tonight. Getch came in relief against the Beef River Bullfrogs. He threw 1 inning of relief, and in that inning he had 2 strikeouts, did not walk anybody, so he comes into tonight's game with a pretty small sample size, but a 0.00 earned run average. Dan, what other information do you think you have for us?
Yeah, it looks like Caden Erickson starting out a good season here. He's got a 6.67 average, followed by Cole Timon and Ethan Kelberg with batting 400. And then Josh Garcia and Austin Getcher not that far behind at batting 333.
It should be mentioned when we talk about Erickson, although he did get off to a really good start in that last game, it is a pretty small sample size because that's been his only appearance with the Cavs. But he did go 2 for 3, including his first at bat, which in the dugout show was the highlight we chose because it was a good, solid base hit to right on his first pitch, his first at bat as a Cavalier, and he ends up on first.
Yeah, you need that one guy to kind of take over the team, and Caden Erickson's kind of the guy right now.
And we're just about ready for the Cavaliers to take the field. And now they're going to give the starting lineups.
Yeah, if nobody's been to Carson Park before, a little bit of history here in this field. You know?
Oh, there's a lot of history on this field. Of course, some of the ones that you probably have heard about. Of course, Hank Aaron started his career in the Braves organization here at this ballpark. And Joe Torrey played on this field. And, of course, one of my favorites because he's really made his career as an announcer. The Uke played here. Bob Uecker played here in Eau Claire. He played a couple different seasons here. He played here, then he went somewhere else, then he came back here as part of the Milwaukee Braves organization. And then he ended up down in St. Louis for a while, and now he does play-by-play for the Brewers.
And
storytelling.
And I got to pitch Little League one game here. So
you got to.
I did.
So you were standing in the same shoes as some of those other guys. And so now as they make the announcement, there's Caden Erickson heading out. And going out to play center field is Xavier Bemninster. And then the designated hitter, Ryan Vinny. Third baseman, Cooper Kapanke. It's good to see Cooper back. I was heading down into the locker room to try to get lineups for tonight's game for the Cavaliers, and there was Cooper in there, and he came running right over, shook my hand. He's one of the friendliest guys you could meet. And then we have Pogo heading out there. Anthony Pogozinski, he's at first base. Cole Timon at catcher. And
it'll be Jackson.
Jackson Vance just went out there. I think they missed Connor O'Reilly, the right fielder. And then there will be Josh Garcia. He's the right fielder. And now they're sending out Josh Garcia to right field. And there's Garcia heading out there, and Austin Getch heading out to the mound. And the rest of the Cavaliers are coming out to the field.
I hate to do this here, but I don't have a dongle to play music, so I can't play the national anthem.
And they're arguing about who's going to sing the national anthem, and Steve says that's not going to happen. So they're missing a piece of equipment to be able to play the national anthem. He's going to try and get it off his phone.
Maybe that could be our new career, Rick.
Yeah, I don't think that's almost treasonous. Well, such as it was. You know, first home game of the season for the Cavaliers, there's always going to be a couple of rough spots, and we're seeing them. So it looks like we're getting ready to play baseball, something we're hopefully a little more prepared to do. Heading around the Cavaliers defensively, once again, at third base, Cooper Kapanke. Shortstop, Jackson Vance. Second base, Caden Erickson. First base, Anthony Pogozinski. Behind the plate, Cole Timon out in the outfield. O'Reilly, Bemninster, and Garcia going left to right. And on the mound with an earned run average of 0.00 is Austin Getch. Plum City Blues come into today's game with a 2-2 record. Cavaliers are 1-2. Looking to get back on the winning track after dropping that game on Sunday to the Chippewa Falls Lumberjacks. That was a very frustrating game for the Cavaliers, Dan, because every time they would catch up, Lumberjacks just pulled away again.
Yeah, right when the bats would get hot, well, here come the Lumberjacks, and Lumberjacks come away with the win. And
Cassie's running over to steal jalapeno peppers and potato chips. That's her favorite snack. Salsa chips, okay, with jalapeno peppers. All right. So Cassie is set for the night. If the camera action starts getting wild tonight, it's because Cassie had too many jalapeno peppers.
It's smoking over there.
Behind the plate tonight, we have Denny Whiteside. Now out on the base is Dick Smith. And, of course, I had it backwards. Dick Smith is behind the plate. And Denny Whiteside is on the bases. So Noah Gansluckner steps in to get things started for the Plum City Blues. Center fielder. And we're about to get it started. Austin Getch in the wind, and the first pitch is inside for ball one. 7:11 is our starting time. Here's the wind, and the pitch, it's inside. And the 2-0 pitch. And just missed the inside corner. (69 degrees). Partly cloudy skies. Three balls, one strike now to Gansluckner. Getch into the wind, and the 3-1 pitch. Chopper over to third, picked up by Kapanke, loses it between his feet, and we're going to get an error on Cooper Kapanke. That's a pretty dubious debut for the season there by Kapanke. So Gansluckner's on first, brings up Lance Johnson, the shortstop. Gansluckner takes a lead, and the pitch. Ground ball to short, picked up by Vance, throw to second, and over to first. And we have a 6-4-3 O'Brien to Ryan to Goldberg. Double play. I almost forgot it. So such an old movie, I forgot what the call was. So Vance to Erickson to Pogo. 2 down. That brings up Caleb Watkins, the third baseman. Here's the wind and the pitch. And just missed. One ball, no strikes. Catches wind and the fire. That one caught the outside corner. 1-1. Watkins giving a look back at Dick Smith behind the plate. The 1-1 pitch. Fouled. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down. Just underway here from Carson Park. Here's the windup and the 1-2 pitch. That one's outside and between the legs of Timon. Rolls back to the backstop. Nothing harmed. So Getchin the windup and the pitch. Check swing, strike. They say he went, and Austin Getch puts him down in a convoluted 1-2-3. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. The Blues nothing, and the Cavaliers coming to bat. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
I love the pizza we get when we go to Gino's Pizza.
That's because Gino's has been voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley 5 years in a row.
I think it's because Gino's uses the freshest ingredients, premium quality meats, cheeses, savory spices, and zesty toppings, and all served with attention to detail.
Now you're making me hungry. Let's head to Gino's Pizza.
Scott and the rest of the folks at Gino's Pizza would like to invite you to come out and try the area's best pizza. Call about Monday through Wednesday dine-in specials at 715-835-2000. That's Gino's Pizza at 5110 Fairview Drive, Eau Claire, right next to Chaos Water Park.
And back here at Carson Park, hey, don't forget the Geno's player of the game is Connor O'Reilly today. That means tomorrow, if you go out to Geno's and you mention Connor O'Reilly's name, you will get a free soft drink. And if when Connor comes up at any time during the game tonight and gets an extra base hit, he will earn you a chance to get a free appetizer out at Gino's Pizza next to Chaos Water Park in Action City, right near the intersection of Highways 93 and I-94 on the south side of Eau Claire. On the mound is Tyler Neighbor. And he's got a couple more warm-up pitches coming. Due up for the Cavaliers, Caden Erickson, Xavier Bemdinster, and Ryan Vinny. So up steps Caden Erickson, batting .667. Fresh off a season at Hamlin University and a product of Colfax High School. Rented his parents before the game, and we kind of agreed that you just can't keep those Colfax boys down. Here's the wind, and the first pitch to Erickson is outside for a ball 1. You may remember, if you've been following us on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV, 2 seasons ago, 2 basketball seasons ago, we had a lot of action with Caden Erickson. Another pitch is outside for a ball with the Colfax Vikings. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one at the letters for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Niebuhr in the wind and the pitch. Fly ball, shallow left field, moving in to make the catch is Eli Gansluckner for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up Xavier Bemdinster. He's a center fielder. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Bedminster hitting 0-0-0 for the Cavs. And the ball's fouled back into the screen. And the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball into foul territory, and Kilbottom can't quite get over there. Wind is blowing straight out to straightaway center field tonight. And Bedminster goes down swinging.
Usually comes in here on 4.
And stepping up for the Cavaliers is Ryan Vinny, left-handed designated hitter. No balls and 2 strikes to Ryan Vinny. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for a ball. Cavaliers hoping to find a way to get those bats going. Struggled with that a little bit on Sunday. Niebuhr's wind and fire foul back. Vinny trying to hang tough. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 down, and the 1-2 pitch is inside. Counts even at 2-2. Niebuhr looks in for the sign. The wind, the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul at the plate. Count holds. Niebuhr winds, and the 2-2 pitch. Fouled on the left side, out of play. You know, if he does nothing else, Dan, he's going to make him throw a lot of pitches.
Yeah, he's going to have a big pitch count tonight.
Here's the wind, and the 2-2 again. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Vinny goes down swinging, and the Cavaliers go down 1-2-3. So we've completed 1, and we have no score. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
To get your lawn or garden to perform like you want, you first need to know about your soil. That's where Midwest Environmental Consultants can help. Their soil testing service can give you a complete rundown on your soil's nutrition and health. They test for nitrogen levels, phosphorus, potash, micronutrients, minerals, pH, and organic matter. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants put you in control of your soil's health. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. That's Midwest Environmental Consultants, soil testers for the Chippewa Valley.
Back here at Carson Park. Boy, it's good to get back at Carson Park, Dan.
Yeah, the view is great up here.
It really, you can see some pretty decent storms up. I looked at the radar. They're up in the Rice Lake area, but we have a nice view. We can see them from here. And we can see soccer action going on over in the football field. Now it's being used for that other kind of football. And I saw the Ospreys go flying by. So they were in the vicinity.
Yeah, which if you've never been here, that That nest has been here quite a few years.
Oh, for a long time.
Just off center field.
I think my sons were little kids when we first saw that nest, and they're both in their 40s. So yeah.
So that makes you...
Oh, hush.
58?
Well, thank you, Dan. And the throw goes down to second. We're going to get things started here in the second inning. Trent Joles is leading off. He's the catcher for the Plum City Blues. And Getch winds and fires, and that one got Joles. He's going to take a free trip down to first base.
Oh, wait a second. They're saying that he swung through.
Oh, my goodness, it's a strike.
Unless it was foul tip before it hit him.
Well, either way, it's a strike. Here's the wind and the fire. Oh. High fly into deep left field, back on the warning track, at the fence, and it's over the fence. So Joles hits it out of the park. Maybe Getch would rather have it have hit him.
Yeah, that was right down the pipe.
Just barely got over the fence. Connor O'Reilly drifted back, but it was just over his reach. So 1-0, Blues on top. Getch delivers the first one outside to Mitch Thomas, the designated hitter. And another pitch is outside. Here's the wind and the pitch. And that just missed the outside corner. 3 balls and no strikes to Mitch Thomas. And here's the wind and the 3-0 pitch. That one's right down the middle of the plate. And the pitch is a called strike. So the count goes full. That one caught the inside corner. Thomas steps back in. And Getch has the payoff pitch. A looper out to short. Over to make the catch is Jackson Vance. That's going to bring up Tyler Bauer, the second baseman. So Getch drops behind 3-0 after giving up the home run, and then gets him to pop out after he worked back to a full count. That's pretty good battling by Austin Getch. Bauer looked at the first one for a ball. The 1-0 pitch. Fly ball out into center field. Bemdenster comes over, makes the catch. Two down. And it's going to bring up Mike Bauer. He's the first baseman. And here's the wind and the fire. That's a called strike. And the pitch is in the dirt, missed the outside corner. Getch winds and delivers the 1-1 pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Diving, can't make the catches. O'Reilly. And the throw comes in, but Bauer checks into second base. That's going to bring up Eli Gansluckner. Left fielder. So 2 down, runner on second, 1 run in. Getch fires. Oh, just missed that inside corner. Dick Smith evidently likes the outside corner and is going to be a little stingy on the inside. Swing and a miss. Evens the count up at 1-1. And what have we said so many times before, Dan? What's the strike zone?
I forgot.
You forgot? It's whatever the umpire tells you it is.
That's right.
And see, there's that pitch on the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Dan gave me this panicked look like, don't ask me questions I need to remember. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the 1-2 pitch. A little bit high.
I was that student that the teachers would go, hey, pay attention.
And the pitch is fouled back into the netting. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down, runner on second. Getch looks in for the sign, takes a peek at second, and the 2-2 pitch. Gets in the dirt, gets past Timon, and Bauer heads over to third base. Count is full with 2 down. Bauer takes his lead at third. And the payoff pitch. Fly ball over into right field. It's going to fall in for a base hit. It's going to score a run. Throw comes all the way through to the plate. That's going to bring up the right fielder, Tyler Kilbotton. And the pitch is outside for ball 1. There's a little work going on down in the Cavalier bullpen. And the pitch is fouled away on the right side. Dan, if you can catch a number down there.
Yeah, I did actually earlier.
Is that Lucas Costley warming up?
No. Bryson
Gash.
Gash.
And the pitch is outside. Three balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. It's outside, ball 4. That's going to move Gansluckner over to second and take us back to the top of the order as manager Pete Barton Gale comes out to the mound. Cavaliers don't want to dig this hole any deeper. Steve Austin Getch in there. 2 runners on, 2 down. We're in the top of the second inning. 2-0. Plum City Blues on top. Noah Gansluckner got on an error by Cooper Kapanke last time up. First pitch catches the outside corner. Strike 1. Here's the wind and the pitch fouled straight back. Strike 2. Getch at the belt. And a called third strike. So Gansluckner goes down looking, and that'll do it for the top of the second inning. But 2 runs on 3 hits. There were no Cavalier errors and 2 left on base. We've played an inning and a half. It's Plum City 2, Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
When you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it, rest assured, you can still get that meal by going to Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax. Mom's is open daily, serving breakfast and lunch, and don't forget dinner on Friday nights with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee is always hot, the breakfast is always delicious, and lunch will put a smile on your face and in your stomach. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Leading off for the Cavaliers in the bottom of the second inning, third baseman Cooper Kapanke just came back from Winona State University. Had a good season with them, batted .223. Here's the first pitch, laced foul down the third baseline, just missed, staying fair. As I said, he batted .223, but he added some power to that swing. Hit 10 home runs this season for Winona State. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss. The other thing he did at Winona State was strike out quite a bit. He made a comment about that. He said, yeah, I increased the home runs, but I also increased the strikeouts, and I need to work on that. Fly ball out into center field, very playable. And underneath it is Gansluckner to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That's going to bring up first baseman Anthony Pogozinski. And the first pitch to Pogo is a called strike at the letters. Pogo hitting .286. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Pogo cracked a bat on Sunday, and you know how much I resisted saying that Pogo broke his pogo stick? Oh, there I went and did it. Pitch is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Pogo goes down on strikes. That brings up Cole Timon, the catcher. First pitch of Timon is outside for a ball. Timon hitting .400 on the season. He laces one foul down the right field line. Dan, take a look there. How did Timon get to that .400 batting average?
Cole Timon.
Well, that's who's batting.
He's got 10 at-bats, 1 run, 4 hits.
Pitch is a called strike over the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss, but a drop. Oh, he must have fouled it, because nobody was going anywhere, and he's staying in the batter's box. Here's the wind and Neighbors' pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So, nothing across for the Cavaliers. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We've completed 2, and it's the Blues 2 and the Cavs nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Austin Getch still on the mound for the Cavs, but Cavaliers have had Bryson Gash warming up in the bullpen. He's still down there throwing. And we take a look down there. You see Bryson Gash warming up. And the throw goes down to second. So leading off for the Blues is Lance Johnson, the shortstop. Pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. Johnson grounded into a double play. Short to second to first his last time up. Getch winds and fires. That one just missed low. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back out of play. Back into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Lance Johnson. And another one fouled back out of play on the right side. Here's the wind and the pitch. That just missed the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the wind and the pitch. High and away. Count goes full to Lance Johnson. And here's the pitch. Grounder over to short, picked up by Vance, throw over to first. And Pogo got him. It pulled him off the bag, but he swung through with the tag. Pretty acrobatic move by Pogo over at first. Good strong throw by Jackson Vance from shortstop. It's going to bring up Caleb Watkins, the third baseman, struck out his first time up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the wind. And the pitch fouled straight back. And the wind in the 0-2 pitch. Liner over to short. Jackson Vance moves in and makes the catch. 2 down. And that brings up Tret Joles. Last time up, Joles put one out of the ballpark over the Oak Leaf Clinic sign. Little bit of action going on down in the bullpen for the Blues as well. Here's the wind and the pitch. And it's called a fair ball because he picked it up on the chalk. This is one where I remember teaching little leaguers, you get over and you swat the ball foul. And he didn't get the chance to do that. So, it's going to go in the book as an infield hit for Joles. Down the first baseline. Brings up Mitch Thomas, who popped to short his last time up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Coming in hard, it's going to fall in front of Connor O'Reilly for a base hit. That moves Joles over to second. Brings up Tyler Bauer. And the pitch. It's just outside for a ball. Here's the pitch. Check swing. That's a ball. Here's the wind and the 2-0 pitch. Ground ball over to short. Toss over to second for the third out of the inning. So, for the Blues, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We've completed 2.5 innings, and the score, the Blues 2 and the Cavaliers nothing. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Muldoon's Men's Wear, we're the well-dressed men of the Chippewa Valley shop. Whether you're looking for that big day you have coming up, or simply want to look great for a casual night out, Muldoon's is your stop. Let John or one of the other fine staff help you find just what you're looking for, and they'll make sure it looks great on you. What tops off the well-dressed man? One of Muldoon's well-made hats. Whether it's shirts, pants, suits, formal attire, or accessories, and did we say hats? Muldoon's has it for you. That's Muldoon's Men's Wear, 1506 South Hastings Way in Eau Claire.
The central and midwestern U.S. averages more than 850 tornadoes each year, and lately, the number of floods has been rising in the region too. So chances are, there will be more twisters and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are, you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are, they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Back here at Carson Park, heading into the bottom of the third inning, Cavaliers need to get the sticks going. So far, they haven't done a thing with them. Leading off for the Cavaliers, bottom third of the order, Connor O'Reilly. And he's also our Geno's player of the game. So stop out at Geno's tomorrow, get yourself a free soft drink just by mentioning Connor's name. And if he should manage to get an extra base hit, even better, you get a free appetizer. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's outside for ball 1. Tyler Niebuhr on the mound. Am I saying that right, Dan?
Niebuhr.
Niebuhr, okay. And the pitch is called ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Check swing, called strike over the outside corner. 2 balls and 1 strike. O'Reilly hitting .222. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one was low. Count goes to 3-1, which is backwards from O'Reilly's number, which is 1-3. Here's the windup and the pitch. Line shot out into left field. You guys might be getting free appetizers because he's rounding first, going to second. He's going to be heading for 3. Now they're going to hold him at second. Connor O'Reilly with a double up the power alley in right center field. And that means that when you go out to Geno's tomorrow, you mention Connor O'Reilly's name and you get yourself a free appetizer. That's going to bring up Jack. He's the shortstop, batting .250. O'Reilly takes his lead. And the pitch, swing and a miss for strike 1. Dan, take a quick look. What are Vance's strikeouts versus walks? Here's the wind and the pitch outside. No, they called it a strike on the outside corner. Like I said, Dick Smith likes that outside corner. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That one was outside in the dirt. 1-2. Riley takes his lead. Here's the pitch. It's high for ball 2.
Yeah, Jackson Vance batting 250s, 1 and 1. 4 at bats, 1 hit.
And it's fouled back. Count holds it 2-2. Does he have any strikeouts or walks?
Jackson Vance has 2 strikeouts.
And the pitch. Fly ball out into left field. Could find the gap, and it's going to. Back to the wall. O'Reilly comes in to score. Jackson Vance checks in at second with a double. Back-to-back doubles by the Cavaliers. That's the kind of hitting they've been looking to get. That's going to bring up Josh Garcia. Garcia hitting .333. Looks to bunt. Now they've got Vance caught in a rundown, but he slides in safely at third. The throw went down to second rather than go back to second where he would have been dead to rights. Vance took off for third and used his speed, slid under the tag, and he's safe at third. Nobody out, runner at third, tying run where anything into the outfield should score him. Pitch is outside. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody down. Runner on third, 1 run in. Here's the pitch. It's a little high for a ball. 3 balls and no strikes. Josh Garcia. Here's the wind and the 3-0 pitch. That's called strike. Garcia taking all the way. On deck is Caden Erickson. Here's the wind. Fly ball by Garcia into right center field, and it found the gap. It's going to roll out to the warning track. Into score, and Garcia turns it on, heads into third base with a triple. So Jackson Vance comes in to score. Garcia gets an RBI. And we still have nobody out and a runner on third. Back to the top of the order, Caden Erickson. He flew out to left his first time up. Pitch is inside for ball 1. Garcia takes a lead at third. Pitch is inside, ball 2. Good thing we don't have to count on reading the number on the front of Caden Erickson's uniform. Chopper to third, picked up by the shortstop. Long throw over to first. It's not going to get him. That'll go in the book as an infield hit. And he will get an RBI as Josh Garcia comes in to score to put the Cavs on top. Brings up Xavier Bemninster, who struck out his first time up. Still nobody out. Cavs have put 3 across. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's high for a ball. And the pitch. Bemninster shows bunt. Offered, but he totally missed the ball. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Runner on first. Nobody down. Throw over to first. Erickson back easily. That again is one of those, hey, I know you're over there, throws. Here's the pitch. That one's low and in the dirt. Off the outside corner. 2 balls and a strike. Tyler Nyber struggling a little bit this inning. Cavs have found a way to start hitting him. And that pitch is inside. Count goes to 3-1. Here's the pitch, fouled back. Count goes full. 3-2. Nobody out. Xavier Bemninster. And time called. Bemninster steps back in. Nyber at the belt and the pitch. And a called third strike, and Bemninster goes down looking. That's going to bring up Ryan Vinny. He's a designated hitter. Here's the pitch. Laced foul down the right field line. Taking a look at the radar, there is some weather kind of heading in this direction. Pitch is inside. But it doesn't look like it will be long-lived. Niebuhr at the belt. And the pitch. Laced right back up the middle for a base hit. Erickson rounds second and holds. And Ryan Vinny with the base hit. That's going to bring up Cooper Kapanke. Flew out to center field his first time up. And here's the pitch. That's inside. And the pitch, swing and a miss for a strike. Dan, if you take a look on those stats over there, the second page of those Cavalier stats are their collegiate, or third page, I should say, are their collegiate stats.
Oh, sure.
And a high foul out of play.
Yeah.
And Cooper, does it say how many times he was hit by the pitch over at Winona State?
4 times.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he wants to get out of the way of the ball too badly.
Yeah, he's standing right in there.
1 ball, 2 strikes, and the pitch is a called third strike. Kapanke goes down looking for the second out of the inning. That brings up Anthony Pogodzinski. 2 down. 2 on. Ground ball to second. Picked up by Bauer. Toss over to Bauer. That was Tyler to Mike for the third out of the inning. So for the Cavaliers, they pick up 3 runs on 5 hits. There were no errors and 2 left on base. We've played 3 innings, and it's Cavaliers 3 and the Plum City Blues 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Royal Credit Union's low rates and flexible terms on auto loans can help keep your payments low. Get a great rate on your next car or truck purchase, or refinance an existing vehicle with an auto loan from Royal Credit Union. Royal also offers loans for buying or refinancing boats, UTVs, and other vehicles. Royal Credit Union wants to help keep your payments low. Check rates and apply for a Royal Credit Union vehicle loan online at rcu.org/autorate. Subject to credit approval.
And we're heading into the top of the fourth inning. And that line of weather is kind of cutting diagonally across Dunn County as we speak. Hoping to get this one in tonight. And we're just about ready to get things going. Austin Getch still on the mound. Struggled in the second inning, but seemed to work his way around in the third. Although he did give up a couple base hits. Although one of them goes in the book as a base hit, but it's one of those where it rolled slowly down the first baseline, hit the grass, and rolled back to fair territory before getting to first base. Cavaliers thought it was going to end up being a foul ball, but it came back fair. And the ball goes down to second. And stepping up for the Plum City Blues is Mike Bauer. He'll be followed by Eli Gansluckner and Tyler Kilbottom. Bauer doubled to left his last time up. He also scored. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside for a ball. Here's the wind and the pitch. Chopper over to third, fielded by Kapanke. Throw over to first. In time. 5-3 on the putout, and Bauer goes down. That brings up Eli Gansluckner. He singled to right. Got an RBI signal to right. That's how Bauer scored back in the second inning. Here's the pitch. Looper out to short. Moving over as Vance makes the catch. That's the sixth putout of the game that Jackson Vance has been involved in at shortstop. And we're only in the fourth inning. And a pop foul. Catch into the windup. And the pitch. Ground ball to Vance at short. Throw over to first in time. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the Cavaliers. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've completed 3.5. And it's the Cavaliers 3 and the Plum City Blues 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Let NLWN-TV and the Northern Light Webcasting Network take you out to the ball game. Our next game will be on Sunday, May 22nd when the Cavaliers host the Eau Claire Bears in a doubleheader at Carson Park. Live coverage on the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and on NLWN-TV begins with the In the Dugout show at 12:05 p.m. That's live Cavalier Baseball on Sunday, May 22nd on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow. Ann Monroe on the computer. Cassie Johnson over on the camera when she's not dancing in the corner or eating too many jalapenos. As Ann says, that's why we keep her over in the corner. It's all Dan's fault. He brought them for her.
Well, so I get a message, and it says chips and jalapenos, and that's it.
And that's all it said?
And I thought, well,
hey, what more do you need to know? Due up for the Cavaliers is Cole Timon, Connor O'Reilly, and Jackson Vance.
You know, it used to be hot dogs and popcorn. Now it's chips and jalapenos.
You know, we might need to send either Dan or Cassie down to the food truck that's parked right outside the stadium, because there's some issues with the concession stand, whether it can be opened yet or not, and long, complicated story, but suffice it to say, Cavaliers brought in a food truck for tonight, and boy, do they have an interesting sounding menu. Stepping up is Cole Timon with some good sounding hot dogs down there, Dan. And the first pitch is outside for ball one. Timon struck out his first time up. Here's the pitch. Fly ball out into left center field. It's off the wall, and Cole Timon is going to check in with a double. That's going to bring up Connor O'Reilly. Connor O'Reilly got everything started last inning with a double to center. And we have a courtesy runner coming in. And that's going to be Jaden Nix. This is one of Ann's favorites because he likes to steal bases. So O'Reilly at the plate. Argino's player of the game. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fouled off the right side. Don't forget, because he hit that double his last time up, free appetizer out at Gino's if you mention his name tomorrow. If you're at a table with a bunch of people, only one person gets to take advantage of that, but still, it's a free appetizer, so what the heck? Share it. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike at the letters. And if you're going to share it with me and Dan, too, while you're at it.
We won't complain.
No. Oh, yeah, and don't forget Ann and Cassie over here, too. You might not have much left. And we have time called. They're complaining over there because we're just going to leave them with the crumbs, Dan. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's in the dirt. Nick's unable to advance. He was almost halfway to third, had to scurry back to second. Tyler Niebuhr. No, this is a different pitcher. We do have a new pitcher on the mound.
Number 15, it looks like.
It's Tyler Kilbottom. And I think Niebuhr went out to right field. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike three. Throw it on to second. Ball goes out into center field, but we had a player collision at second, so Nix can't go anywhere. O'Reilly goes down on strikes for one out. That brings up Jackson Vance. Kilbottom at the belt. And the pitch. It's high for a ball. Here's the pitch. High fly ball to left center field, heading towards no man's land, and it falls in for a base hit. Nick's heading to third. He slides in safely. So a base hit for Jackson Vance. And Jaden Nix is over on third. We have runners at the corners with one out. So the numbers for Nyberg through 3 innings, gave up 3 runs, all of which were earned, struck out 5, walked none, and gave up 5 hits. Kilbottom at the belt. The 1-0 pitch. Lace foul off the front of the press box. They're starting to find us, Dan. That was a little bit to our left, but...
another night without my glove.
Josh Garcia at the plate. He tripled his last time up. Runners on the corners. Kilbottom checks and then throws swinging and a miss for strike 2. Kilbottom at the belt. And the 1-2 pitch. Fouled out of play off the left side. At the belt, throw over to first. And he's back in safely. And with that legit effort at first, Nick score. But they played it a little conservatively there. Kilbottom at the belt. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Josh Garcia goes down swinging. Back to the top of the order to Caden Erickson. Singled with an infield hit, kind of tweener between the third baseman and the shortstop. It was fielded by the shortstop, but Erickson beat it out. Here's the pitch. Laces it out into left field. That's past the left fielder off the wall. Nix comes in to score. Rounding third, trying to get in, and he makes it into the plate. Is Jackson Vance, and Caden Erickson comes through with a double. And 2 RBIs. That's going to bring up Xavier Bem. It's not Xavier Bemnister. Here's the pitch.
27.
It's outside. This is Campbell Kapanke. And the pitch is outside. Kapanke comes to the Cavaliers from UW Oshkosh. Did not see much playing time with the Titans. but he was only a freshman. Swing and a miss. Count goes to 2-1. Erickson takes his lead. Kilbottom pitches. It's high and inside. Count goes to 3-1. And the pitch. Laced foul off the screen right in front of the Cavalier dugout. Here's the pitch. Long fly ball to left center field. Could be. And it's out of here. A 2-run home run for Campbell Kapanke in his first at-bat with the Eau Claire Cavaliers. That's a good way to start your Cavalier career, Campbell Kapanke. And see what your brother has to say about that. And that's 4 runs this inning. Because Erickson scored in front of him, and that brings up Ryan Vinny with 2 down. I think Cooper might catch a little razzing down there from the Cavalier dugout when his little brother out shows him that. And a high fly ball out into center field by Vinny, but getting underneath it is Gansluckner, and he makes the catch for the putout. Final out of the inning, but not before the Cavaliers do some serious damage with 4 runs on 4 hits, highlighted by Campbell Kapanke's 2-run home run, and nobody left on base. So we've played 4, and it's Cavaliers 7 and Plum City 2. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you've been admiring the freshly groomed look of a baseball field, or the stunning appearance of a golf course, remember you too can have a lawn with the same beauty by simply calling Midwest Environmental Consultants. Their professional lawn care experts can bring your lawn to its full beauty and appearance. Call Midwest Environmental Consultants at 715-586-1302. Let Midwest Environmental Consultants help make your lawn the showplace of the neighborhood.
And we're back here at Carson Park, hoping to at least get the 5th inning in before the weather gets here. We can see that it's not a real deep line of storms. Cassie, if you can get a shot over the foul pole on the left side. And you can see the back of the storm system. And it's kind of moving diagonally toward us. From the radar that I'm looking at, it looks like it might be in the Menominee area right about now. What you're looking at is kind of up over part of Chippewa County. And so we head into the top of the 5th inning. And the top of the order, Noah Gansluckner, the center fielder. High pop-up, foul territory, and Cole Timon goes over to make the catch. That's going to bring up Lance Johnson. Johnson is 0 for 2, grounded into a double play, also grounded to short. Both of those started with a ground ball over to Jackson Vance at short. Here's the pitch by Getch. It's a called strike at the knees. Still a little throwing going on down in the bullpen for the Cavaliers. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back into the screen. Top of the 5th inning, 1 down. Cavs on top, 7-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Pop foul out of play on the right side. Getch into the wind. And the 0-2 pitch. Fouled back just off to our right, off the roof of the grandstand. Lance Johnson at the plate. Austin Getch on the mound. Getch winds and fires. Fouled off to the right side again. Here's the wind and the pitch. That one's fouled back off the right side. That's an indicator, Dan, that Johnson's swinging a hair late on those. There's a line shot into center field for a base hit. Johnson rounds first. And we had some power, and Cassie says she saw some lightning off to our left. So I suspect we're heading for a rain delay pretty quick here. Pogo moving in. No, it was Austin Getch making the catch in fair territory. That's going to bring up Tret Joels. Joels is 2 for 2. He homered his first time up to left field, and then he singled. That's the one that was right down the first baseline and rolled fair. Here's the pitch. It was in the dirt for ball 1. And the pitch is high and away for a ball.
Get him.
And throw down to second. Did not get there in time. So Johnson gets over to second base. 3-0 is the count. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on second. Tret Joels at the plate. Here's the pitch. Fly ball into center field. Pretty deep. Heading back there is Kapanke, can't make the play. It's going to score a run. And Joels checks in at second. He's 3 for 3 on the day. That's going to bring up Mitch Thomas. And the first pitch is a ball. And the pitch. Fly ball, center field. Kapanke moves over, makes the catch for the third out of the inning. So, for the Blues, they pick up 1 run on 2 hits. There were no Cavalier errors and 1 left on base. We've completed 4.5 innings, and it's Cavaliers 7 and the Plum City Blues 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax has just what you need when you have that craving for a home-cooked meal the way Mom used to make it. Mom's is open from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. daily and until 9 on Fridays with a complete breakfast menu. Lunch includes sandwiches, salads, wraps, and burgers, along with Mom's comfort food favorites, and don't forget dinner on Fridays with Mom's famous fish fry. The coffee always hot, the breakfast always delicious, and lunch puts a smile on your face. 225 Bremer Avenue, Colfax. Call 715-962-4617. That's Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
And we're back here at Carson Park. They're looking at the radar, and they're looking at the sky as the Blues are out on the field warming up. The umpire is down, and Cassie's got it on the camera. I should have known better than to doubt her, as they're trying to make a decision as to whether to continue this. And Dennis Whiteside came in. We're going to go to a rain delay. So we're in a rain delay after 4.5 innings, and the score is Cavaliers 7 and the Plum City Blues 3, and we'll be back as soon as we know what's going to happen here. But this is a weather delay, and we'll go to that right now.
Looking up at the sky, the lily pad broke and the frog fell in. He got water all in his eye. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more, no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell that it ain't gonna rain no more?
Mosquito, he fly high, mosquito, he fly low. If a mosquito land on me, he ain't gonna fly trees and froze my ukulele.
Well, it ain't gonna rain no more, no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. How in the world can the old folks tell that it ain't gonna rain no more? A peanut sitting on the railroad track, his heart was all a-flutter. Along came a choo-choo on the track, toot-toot, peanut butter. Well, it ain't gonna rain no more, no more. It ain't gonna rain no more. How in the heck can I wash my neck when it ain't gonna rain no more? Well, it ain't gonna.
And we're back here at Carson Park, and it's raining pretty good, and they have called this one because it is an official game. So the final score is the Cavaliers 7 and the Plum City Blues 3. Winning pitcher in this game will be Austin Getch. He threw 5 innings, gave up 3 runs, and one of those was earned. So he gave up 3 runs. 1 was an earned run. He only walked 1 and struck out. It looks like 2. And he also gave up, let's see here. And he gave up 7 hits. And for the Cavaliers, we have some thunder and lightning flashing around here. This could get exciting before it's all said and done. And the losing pitcher was, I think it would be Tyler Nyber, who in 3 innings gave up 3 runs. All 3 were earned. And struck out 5, did not walk anybody, gave up 5 hits. And we'll see if we get Pete Barton Gale up here or not when we get to talking baseball. But that final score, again, in a rain-shortened game, is Cavaliers 7 and the Plum City Blues 3. You're tuned to Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching NLWN-TV's presentation of Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Talkin' Baseball, with a look back at today's game.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
Time now for Talkin' Baseball with a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. And now, back out to the ballpark.
Well, we're back here, and we had just sent Dan down on a hot dog run before they made the rain delay announcement, so I'm waiting for Dan to come back up here. But a few comments about tonight's game. Cavaliers end up the winners by a score of 7-3 over the Plum City Blues in a game that the Cavaliers very much needed to have. And we're waiting to see if manager Pete Barton Gale comes up. We've got a youngster down on the field. And my guess is he's not going to be there very long. As we're getting some more rain now, and he's part of the Blues contingent down there. Now he's heading over to the dugout. But anyway, Cavaliers came into this game looking to accomplish a couple of things, and one of those was get the bats going. And it sure seemed like they were able to do exactly that. They picked up, let's see, I'm going to look here real quick. Oh, let's see. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong team. That's why its counting isn't coming out right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits in that just few number of innings. And the Cavaliers did seem to look like they got the bats going. The biggest one, of course, was Campbell Kapanke's big 2-run blast in the bottom of the 4th inning over the left center field fence. And I'll tell you what, let's take a brief timeout here and see if manager Pete Barton Gale is on his way up or not. You're tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Maybe you can make retirement happen. After all, you made her college years happen. Opening that education savings account when she was little. Spearheading a campus tour. And another, and another, and another, and another. Bam! Deciphering financial aid. She was like, what? And now she's like, you aced planning for college. Now get the tips you need to get on track at aceyourretirement.org.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And we're back here at Carson Park. It kind of looks like we're probably not going to get manager Pete Barton Gale up here. And but we'll, yeah, I don't think he's going to want to. He's not going to want to come up here anyway, because in order to get up here to the press box, you got to come through pouring, driving down rain outside. And so we're just going to wrap things up here. Oh, he is. That's what I get for saying that. And Pete, take a load off.
Oh my goodness, it's all soggy tortillas.
And we'll give you that one there, and I'll turn it on here. And well, Pete, you wanted to get the bats going. That kind of happened.
Yeah, we got off to a little slow start there again, but man, Kapanke, Cooper hit one there on, I think that hit the 50-yard line. So
that was Ryan or Campbell.
Campbell, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, yep. Catching my breath from walking all the way up the stairs here.
I suspect Cooper is going to catch a little bit of razzing as a result of that his little brother outshined him.
Yeah, that was a shot, and like I said, I had Campbell and travel the last 3 years, and he's a great player, and I think we're going to enjoy him this year.
And yeah, look at this coming down. You know, this is going to be a short-lived rainstorm, but you can see right now the field has already turned into unplayable, unless we would have been up in Jim Falls.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. But you know, it's an official game, so at least we got it in. I appreciate Plum City coming over, and I know Tony Garner well, and Trent Jones is an amazing catcher. Of the people that were at the game today, holy man, we weren't going to be able to run at all. That's for sure.
Well, let's put this on you instead, because you're not sounding good in that microphone, and maybe that'll be a little bit better for you.
Yep, I'm good. I can hear you.
Okay, and say again what you were saying about Tony Garner and the Plum City Blues.
Yeah, Tony, I thought they had a nice team with Kilbotton and Trent Jules. When I saw he was catching, I was like, oh, man, we're not going to be able to run at all.
our Independence Indies had to play him last year in sectional finals, and he shut us down. So he's a shutdown catcher, and then
he hit the bomb out into left field.
Yep. Yeah, he's a dangerous hitter, and probably shouldn't have pitched to him the second time or third time, but I think he hit that one off the center field wall. So
well, and as fate would have it, he got hit by the pitch. But tell us about the ruling on that. Was it a swinging strike, or did he foul it before it hit him?
That's a swinging strike, right? Because he went through the ball there and it hit him in his arm, but he did swing, so that's a strike.
We made the comment when it happened that maybe this was one where Cavaliers would have rather have hit him rather than let him have that next pitch, because the next one ended up out in the football field.
Yeah. I mean, he's a dangerous hitter. I find it hard to believe that he's not playing in the Northwoods League somewhere, but I think that'll happen as the summer gets a little deeper here.
And in fact, he went 3 for 3 tonight, so he was a thorn in your side. But otherwise, Austin Getch struggled a little in those middle innings, but okay.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to speak up because we're using the microphone off the computer.
Okay.
But anyway, you had Austin Getch on the mound, struggled a little bit, but he came through and finished off well.
Yeah, and partly that could be my fault. I gave him kind of a late notice that he's going to start the game because we knew we had a doubleheader against the Bears here Sunday. So Jackson Faulkner had a final tomorrow early morning, and he wasn't going to be able to play. So Bryson Gash was ready to go there. I think he's going to pitch really well for us. He's a freshman for the Blue Gold, so we were getting him ready. But if it would have got interesting, Kellberg was going to come in as well, and Costley could have came in for an inning. But all in all, I think it worked out pretty well because we were able to save pitching for Sunday against the Bears.
Okay, well, congratulations. You picked up the win. We're going to let you get out of here without drowning on your way out because I think the rain is letting up a little bit. Don't get hit by any of that lightning on your way down.
Yep.
And like I say, congratulations, 7-3, and we'll have more Talking Baseball coming up right after this.
I had a bad echo there that time, even though.
The Eau Claire Cavaliers would like to take veterans out to the ball game. That's right. As a thank you for your service, any veteran of the United States military can receive a lifetime pass for free admission to all Cavalier home games. Just come to Carson Park with your veteran identification, and the Cavaliers will issue you a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games. That's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service.
I think it's just vapor with flavor.
It won't hurt my kid like cigarettes, right?
Vaping is safer than smoking, isn't it?
There's really not even that much nicotine in them, right?
My kid?
My kid knows it's dangerous.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
And we're back here at Carson Park. Rick Olson along with Dan Petchow, and those of you listening, well, you're not anymore because for some reason it quit, but that's all right. Your final thoughts on this one, Dan, now that the storm is just about over?
Yeah, good job by Getch to come in and pitch today, and good to see some new players for the Cavs like Campbell Kompanke stepping up. So we'll go on to the next game.
Oh, this is going to be fun watching Campbell and Cooper battling with each other to see who can hit more home runs this year.
Yeah, two brothers going at it all season now.
So, don't forget that as Pete Barton Gale said just a few minutes ago, the Cavaliers' next home game is going to be this coming Sunday when they host the Eau Claire Bears in a doubleheader right here at Carson Park, and that is a CRBL game. Live coverage of both of the games begins on both the Northern Light Webcasting Network audio service and NLWN-TV at 12:05 p.m. with the In the Dugout show, followed by all the play-by-play action. And again, the Cavaliers would like to remind vets that if you're a veteran of the United States military, you can get a free lifetime pass to all Cavalier home games simply by coming to Carson Park with your veteran's identification, and the Cavaliers will be happy to issue you your lifetime pass. It's just the Cavaliers' way of saying thank you for your service. Today's Cavalier baseball game, rain delay and all, has been brought to you by Gino's Pizza, right next to Action City, and voted best pizza in the Chippewa Valley for 5 years in a row. And don't forget, the Gino's player of the game today was Connor O'Reilly. Connor did hit a double, so if you go out to Gino's tomorrow and mention Connor O'Reilly's name, you get yourself a free appetizer. Also brought to you by Midwest Environmental Consultants, lawn care and soil testing experts for the Chippewa Valley. Mom's Restaurant and Pub in Colfax, comfort food the way Mom used to make it. Callista Salon on Water Street in Eau Claire. Call 715-864-5332 for a reservation. Muldoon's Menswear on Hastings Way, where the well-dressed men of Eau Claire shop. And Royal Credit Union, where they're different in a good way. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Eau Claire Cavalier Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Final score once again tonight, Cavaliers 7, Plum City Blues 3. For Dan Petchow, Ann Monroe, and Cassie Johnson, this is Rick Olson, and you've been tuned to Talkin' Baseball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been watching Talkin' Baseball, a wrap-up of today's Eau Claire Cavalier game. This has been a production of NLWN-TV.